Hello, my name is Victoria Ajay of Victoria Ajay Beauty. If it is your first time joining me, thank you. Welcome to my channel. This video in particular is a vlog, and if it's not your first time joining me, welcome back. You know, this is my little piece of YouTube where I talk about beauty, beauty products, beauty reviews. We do a little makeup every now and then. And also I take you on vlogs to show you the life of a working makeup artist. So this is kind of a fun vlog because this is very long overdue. I feel like I talk about doing fitness competition makeup often, and I have not shown you guys a vlog of a fitness competition yet. So it's the last competition of the year. It is here in Texas. I'm driving a little distance to get there. But this is the last national qualifier because Nationals is in Orlando, Florida next week, and that's the NPC Nationals. So this is gonna be a pretty big show. It's kind of everyone's last opportunity and hoorah to make it to nationals, which is super exciting. So today's gonna be just crazy long. I also am a makeup educator. Outside of educating here on YouTube, I educate the next generation of makeup artists, professional makeup artists at a school here in Texas. So I'm going to work. I have the PM class today and I don't get off until late. So after the PM class, I have a piece of hair on me. I'm actually going to take off and grab my hairstylist friend India, and we're gonna head over to the competition. We're gonna sleep over there and then get up bright and early and hit it and get these ladies beautiful for their stage. So just quickly, I just want to show you what I have going on here. So I did decide to, you know, I've been working just out of this one primarily, but I did decide to go ahead and extend it a little bit for this one because I just don't feel like not having enough and just carrying all that stuff. So I am bringing my roller, my little rolly bag, and then that's like my little quickie overnight bag. So I will have all three of these bags. Pretty much everything is in there, and we're gonna just load the car up and get ready to go. So we are going to do this a little different. I'm going to do this voiceover style so you can listen to all of the steps that I'm taking, and I will also talk about all the products. And I'm going to talk a little bit about competition stage makeup and what that is and how it differs from traditional makeup or other styles of makeup. So first and foremost, we are getting these brows snatched. The brows are so important. I'm actually using a brow pomade from Morphe. I will be putting the names of all of the products on the screen so you know that if you are not listening to this, but just watching. So I definitely love to carve out the eyebrows with a pomade for stage. Just makes them a lot darker. I'm using color Java for this beautiful girl, and I just love how it makes the eyebrows look and stand out and look perfect. Better than powder, better than pencil. So the next thing I'm going to do after I got her brows on the way I like them is I am going to actually carve them out with e.l.f.'s Camo Concealer. Y'all, I love this concealer. I started using this as opposed to P. Louise and Tarte Shape Tape one day, and it just made everything go on so smoothly. It dried so smoothly, and it cost $6. So I go in with one that's a little bit lighter than her skin tone to really make sure those eyebrows pop. And I actually pull it down onto the lid as well and pretty much just base her entire eye with this concealer. It acts as an eyeshadow base, and also it carves out the brows. So I even use this to carve out cut creases, and you'll see that a little bit later. So we're just going to pop over to this other brow and just carve that out as well. And just like shifting gears really quickly, athletic stage makeup needs to be really bold. They are on stage, they are being like drenched with lights, they have a really deep tan. So as a makeup artist, our job is to make sure they pop. We are truly doing stage makeup on these athletes. So it can't really be subtle. Even if an athlete asks for a subtle smoky eye look, we're still giving them a dramatic look, even if it is with neutral colors. Okay, so speaking of neutral colors, I am just going in with a brown shade just to carve out her crease. And I like to layer my browns a little bit. It'll go back and focus in a second. I like to layer my browns, so I always set down a neutral tone to carve out the crease, and then even if I'm going in with a color like I'm doing with her, I'm going in with a purple, I can build off of that crease color. So we decided to do a purple, really deep purple with a sparkle, kind of smoky eye glamour. So I went in with my purples and I'm starting to just deepen her outer crease with all of these purple colors and just keeping it super diffused, super pretty. We're not trying to make her look, too harsh, just everything really blended. So this is what I was telling you guys about the cut crease look. I actually use that same camo concealer from e.l.f. and I go back on her lid and we're just carving out her lid space because this is where we are going to attach our shimmer to. And I don't really use like a glitter. I love shimmer pigments. Some of my favorite are NYX and J. LaRue. And for this competitor, I actually used some J. LaRue on her. And I will put into the description box and the screen the actual color, so you guys can recreate this look if you wanted. So I'm doing kind of a half cut crease using that Morphe flat brush works so good to carve out the crease. And this is the part that you kind of have to take your time with because you are really wanting that crease to be accurate because we're almost mapping out her mobile lid. So I just sort of blend the edge of that half cut crease and making sure both sides are even. And I just love this look, y'all. It looks so good on stage. So just to blend out the outer edge of what we just cut, I take a little bit of purple shadow. It's a little lighter than what we used on the outer corner and just blend in that line of demarcation. So this is a secret tip. And if you watch my videos, you know this tip. I hope that NYX sells out of this stuff because of it. But I use the glitter primer to place any pigments, any glitters, even lighter shades that I want to pop. I put that glitter primer on, and they have a pigment primer as well, but this is the glitter primer. So I went in with a little bit of iridescent purple, and that is showing up way more brilliant than it normally does. And here's the magic. So this is the J. LaRue pigment. And this, y'all, just looks fire on stage. It pops that lid, it pops the whole look, and it literally looks like diamonds dancing on their eyelids when they're on stage. It is my favorite type of look to do for these competitors. So just a better, closer look on this other side. Again, I put down that glitter primer, put a little bit of purple down, iridescent purple, and we're putting those diamond dancings on that lid. Like, it looks so good, and it's so simple. So next I'm just going to line her eyes. I like using the 77 Inglot liner. That's everyone's cult favorite because it is so dark, it is so smooth, and it stays so well. So I just use a little disposable brush. It's so funny, when I worked at MAC, I started using these and I just never stopped, and you can get them on Amazon. So you can check the link in my description box for all of my favorite Amazon finds for my makeup kit and my disposables. And there's not many vendors on Amazon that have them, but I found one that has the best one. So it's in that description box. So yeah, we're just gonna put this liner on. And guys, seriously, how gorgeous is she? I think this was her second show, she said to me, second or third show. Like, I knew when I saw her face. Sometimes you see certain people's faces, because we do about 10 to 15 girls. I see certain faces and I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be bomb. So this was one of them for sure. So I am popping her lash on. Y'all know the vibes. I always do my Cherry Blossom 3D Silk series in the 900 series. It starts from 901 and I believe it goes to like 970 if I'm not mistaken. But it's various numbers. I'll put the number in the description box. I love these lashes. They look so good, so fluffy, and they're so cheap. So this is one of my tricks. I learned this from one of my favorite makeup teachers way back in the day in LA. And he told me how to get fallout from underneath the basically when you have fallout from the eyeshadow up underneath the eye, and you put a little bit of moisturizer on. I'm using a Pond's cold cream, and then wipe it away with a wipe. It moisturizes the under eye and takes everything away clean. No tugging, no pulling. The client feels great and it achieves all that under eye fallout, takes it right away. So I just primed her. I always prime people with my Milk Hydro Grip. So good. It's moisturizing, but it also grips that foundation and is oil controlling. And y'all might be like, sis, why is her foundation so dark? So this is what I was kind of telling you guys is a difference in athletic NPC and IFBB Pro makeup is we have to make their faces a lot darker than their skin tone because their bodies are going to be 5 to sometimes 10 to 12 shades darker than their actual skin tone. They make themselves darker with tanning products because it makes their muscles pop and it really looks good on stage. They don't look washed out. You can see all the striations, all the hard work they've been doing. So I go in, that is actually a NC 40 for her, and it may have even been a 42. I probably mixed a 40 and a 42. She's nowhere near an NC 40 in real life, but we had to make her deeper in order to make her blend with her tan. And she's actually getting, they get multiple sprays, 1, 2, or 3 sprays. She was getting a second spray, so she was going to definitely be deeper once she got on stage. And I will insert a picture so you guys can see how it looks when it's all put together. So to counteract that deeper skin tone, because we know we want to keep the face bright, I am using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer underneath the eyes, and you see how smooth it is. So I just lay that down with a concealer brush and then buff it out with a beauty blender. I really love the Miss A beauty blenders, fraction of the price, and I really love how they make the makeup disperse onto the face. So I'm just doing that on the other side. I will link what color I use in the description box. So this was definitely a lot lighter than the foundation. But again, this is to keep the under eye bright, to keep her bright on stage, but make sure that the perimeter of her face matches with her body. So after that, I do like to go in with a little bit of contour just to keep things nice and warm. You do have to be a little bit careful with the cream contouring because some of your athletes' faces will be a little bit depleted, means their faces are very tiny because they have made themselves worked out and dieted down to really low body fat. So there's not a lot of body fat in their bodies anymore, and therefore their faces get really slim. Her face was definitely slimmer than I'm sure she naturally is when she's not in prep or competing. However, she still had a pretty full face for most of the girls that I see. She's a bikini competitor, so their body fat levels are probably the highest of all of the different levels of competitors. So of course we have to set everything, and I am setting with my holy grail, my Graftobian HD powders. You can use these for foundation, you can use these to set, you can use these for literally everything, to color correct, all of it. So I know y'all are probably like, did you not do the under eyes on camera? My camera did cut off, but you know the drill. Went in with a black liner, went in with those purple shadows and smoked everything out. Brought a little light to the inner corner with that pigment. Now we're on to the lips. So I am using a NYX pencil in brown. I really like using deeper lip liners and going in with something lighter inside of the lip. and that is Anastasia's Dusty Rose. I really like the inner lip to be lighter and the outer to be deeper because it looks really good on stage, a nice contour on the lip. And this is her just sort of getting her reaction. She literally loved it, y'all. I was so proud of this look. I loved it. She looks absolutely gorgeous. And of course, I'm spraying with Continuous Mist from Morphe. She's just catching a quick glance. I didn't get too much of this footage, but she absolutely loved it. That smile said it all. And just to show you guys a little bit. And here's a stage shot where she looks nice and blended and she looks amazing.